Okay, we have Coach McCaffrey here. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand in the participant window. First question comes from Rick Brown.
Hey, Coach, Keegan Murray, the first half, scoring, rebounding, blocking shots. Is that kind of the versatile game you think he can bring to you as he gets older?
Well, he's just going to keep getting better, Rick. I mean, he's done it every game so far this year. He's done it every day in practice. I mean, he did it last year in prep school. He did it in high school. He's a prime example of recruiting is not an exact science. Some guys get on lists and some guys produce. And that kid produces every time you put him on the floor. I don't care who he plays against.
Next question comes from Don Doxey.
Yeah, Fran, if this is your 200th career victory in Iowa, just to talk a little bit about what that means to you.
Well, I'm really proud of our players, proud of our staff. We came here and, in the beginning, you don't know who's going to stay, who's going to come. It just makes you reflect a little bit on the great ones that we had and the guys that fought for you and took great pride in wearing that jersey. This is a proud and storied basketball program. And I was just very thankful to Gary Barta and Sally Mason at the time and Fred Mims for giving me the opportunity to come up here and get this thing rolling again. And then I'm thankful to all the players that said, yes, I want to come be a part of it. Probably the thing I'm most proud of is the most important thing I look for in recruiting is character. Everybody that's played for me has character. And there's a lot of character in that locker room right now. And that's the standard that the guys that came before them set. So ultimately, it's fun for me to come to work every day. It's fun to coach this group. And it's a team that our fans can be proud to cheer for.
Mike?
Fran, it didn't look to me like there was any lapse in this game. I mean, you came out in the second half ready to go. There was another stretch in the second half where there was just no let up. How did you see it?
Well, I challenged our guys at halftime. I didn't think we played defense in the first half at the start of the game the way we need to. We ratcheted it up and our defense was better. We created some offense with our defense. Our press was really good. Our half-court man was not so good. Our half-court zone was really active. So I really wanted them to lock in defensively in our man-to-man and defend their stuff. Mark runs great stuff. They run a variety of actions that end up in other actions. So, I mean, even if you have the play call, they're coming at you with different things. And you got to play the possession through. And in the beginning, we really didn't do that as well as we needed to, but we did at the beginning of the second half. Created the separation that we needed, enabled us to get some really quality minutes for some of our younger guys who performed incredibly well. And now it gets a lot tougher.
John Bowenkamp.
Yeah, Fran, how important was it to play a lot of guys tonight? I mean, a lot of guys got, double digits in minutes. How important was that?
Well, it's incredibly valuable because they have to get out there and execute our stuff, and understand how to play with each other, play against a team that's running stuff that we haven't seen, that they have to make decisions and think. They have to experience some success, have the ability to make a mistake and then play through it. And that's how you grow. And I'm really proud of all our young guys and how they performed today.
Mark.
Yeah, Fran, I wanted to ask about one of those guys in particular, Aaron Euless. He's gotten 49 minutes so far. You ran him out there today with some of your veteran guys. What's been your impressions of him so far as a point guard?
He's really good. I mean, he's a guy that, in a different year, he could be starting. He's that good. I mean, he's smart, he's tough, he's versatile, he defends, he thinks the game, he understands the game, he doesn't rattle, and he can score. So, it just so happens that, in this particular class, with this particular team, we still have Joe and Jordan and Connor. So there's some other guys, but, in time, he's going to be a terrific player in this league.
Any other questions for Coach McCaffrey? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
If you have a question for Keegan Murray, please raise your hand in the participant window. First question, Rick Brown.
You can talk me through that stretch of the first half where you were hitting threes, blocking shots, making assists. You really were in the flow of the game. How did that feel, and what do you test that to?
Yeah, I just felt comfortable. I mean, the 2 threes, they're doubling off Luka, so I try to be ready to shoot on those. And then just being active on both ends of the court, I feel like it's just something I got to be day in and day out, and that translated into blocks and steals.
The behind the back move and layup, where did that move come from?
That's just quarantine work with my dad. I mean, we worked on various moves through that, and I was able to capitalize on that today.
Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Keegan, when you came here, were you expecting to play this much, or have you basically forced Fran to play you just because of how good you are?
I just been doing hard work in practice. I mean, just being active on both ends of the court, doing the little things, because we have a lot of great players on our team, a lot of players that score really well, and that's just something I'm not right now. But if I can do little things on the court, then Fran will build more trust in me.
Any other questions for Keegan? David Eicholt.
Yeah, Keegan, congrats on the win. Well, I know, you came out kind of fearless in your first game, but what's your kind of comfort level now that, you're 6 games in your college career as opposed to when you first checked in your first game?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely more comfortable than my first game. I mean, just being able to play great teams and just that what is it called? That experience, I guess, has really helped me in this game and hopefully the rest of the games. I feel more comfortable.
John Bowenkamp.
How important was it for a lot of guys to play tonight? I mean, you had 11 guys with 10 or more minutes. How important is that now moving forward?
I think that's good going into Big Ten play and next week against Gonzaga. Just the more guys, the more experience that they can get on the court, especially our young guys, can really help whenever we need them.
Any more questions for Keegan? Okay, thanks, Keegan.
couple guys that have great there.
Okay, we have Joe Wieskamp. If you have a question for Joe, please raise your hand in the participant window. First question, Rick Brown.
Joe, these last couple of games, you've looked really comfortable taking the ball to the rim. I know it's something you worked on in the offseason, but you've still you're playing at a very high level in that regard.
Yeah, I guess so. I've definitely put on a lot of strength over the offseason, so just trying to use that to my advantage. Seems like they're trying to take away my three a little bit, so I'm just trying to get downhill and get to the rim, run out in transition, different things like that that can get myself scoring at the rim easily. Mike Halas.
Joe, I know that you guys preach this one game at a time mentality. Well, the next game's Gonzaga. The reality of it, how long have you been looking forward to this when you knew it was on the schedule, and how much are you looking forward to it at this moment?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it ever since I heard that we were playing them. I think our whole team kind of has. But like you said, we've been focused one game at a time, but now this game's here. So we're definitely going to lock in to that scouting report this week and get ready for that game on Saturday.
Austin Hanson.
Hey, Joe. I know you said you've taken it one game at a time this season, but you had Iowa State and North Carolina earlier this week, and then you have Gonzaga 6 days from now. How did you kind of lock in on this game today, a Sunday afternoon game against Northern Illinois?
I mean, like I've been saying, it's one game at a time. They're a Division I basketball team too, and they got scholarships. They have really good players that come out and compete. It's 5 guys on the court against their 5. So, that maybe their record's not as good, but it's still another team in front of us. And it's a type of game where we can make improvements and work on ourselves. I think that's something that we were able to do today.
David.
Yeah, Joe, congrats on the win. Is this the sort of, game, you're an Iowa native, most likely number 1 versus number 3. Is this something that you kind of grew up, dreaming about, leading Iowa to a top ranking and going off against number 1 team in the country in these kind of primetime settings?
Yeah, absolutely. All I can say is I'm really excited for it. I know our whole team is. This is a great opportunity for our program. And just to have this experience early on in the season, I think will really pay off for us moving forward. We know there's going to be a lot of close games throughout the year. So playing a big-time opponent like this in the non-conference schedule is really exciting, and I think we're going to try to take advantage of it.
John?
Joe, you played just 19 minutes. What was it like to get a little rest and see some of those other guys play tonight?
Yeah, I just tried to come out and be aggressive. It's exciting. You did your job when you were sitting on the bench for 16 minutes in the second half. We jumped them early and kind of ended the game right away. So those guys deserve every minute that they played. They work extremely hard in practice. So it's exciting to see those guys get the opportunity to go out there and compete and showcase what they can do.
Okay, we'll take 1 or 2 more for Joe. Jarek?
Hey, Joe, congrats on the win. The ball was moving around really well tonight. Can you talk about just the chemistry your team has on offense now heading into this game against Gonzaga?
I think we're just an extremely unselfish team. Obviously, we have a lot of threats offensively, but you see high assist numbers for our team night in and night out. This shows how well we're moving the ball. And that's something we're going to have to do because throughout the season, there's going to be teams doubling Luka, and he's done a really good job of being able to kick out the shooters, and we're able to find him and just things like that. I think we're just moving the ball really well, and we've got to keep that up.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Our final player will be Aaron Euless. Okay, if you have a question for Aaron, please raise your hand in the participant window. Mark.
Yeah, Aaron, you've gotten I think 49 minutes so far in your first 5 games. You got some time today with the veterans out there. What have you learned so far about playing at this level?
I learned a lot, especially as you said, playing with veterans. We have a lot of older guys on our team, and I just feel like that's a positive, always playing with older guys and just being out there learning new things and tasks on the court.
Yeah, I saw early on you pulled Joe Wieskamp aside to look like he asked him for some advice. What was that conversation about? What did he tell you?
No, we just talked about the pass that I threw to him in the corner. He was saying that, sometimes you got to read the screen and he may lift or stay corner, but me coming in the game, I just thought that he would stay corner, but that's pretty much all we talked about.
Have time for one or two more for Aaron. David?
Yeah, Aaron, congrats on the win today. I know you guys, you're around a very veteran team who's basically one game at a time mentality, but, honestly, how much have you been looking forward to playing Gonzaga on Saturday?
It's huge. Kids dream about this game growing up. We're going into the game with a lot of confidence, and, it's just a huge game, and we just need to come out, play hard, and just come out with the win.
Anything else for Aaron? Okay, thanks, Aaron. Congrats on the win.